All right, good morning, everybody. So if you guys can take a photo of the agenda if you'd like it. I neglected to read fully through Leah's text this morning, so I did not print any. So if you would like, you can just take a photo if you wouldn't mind. But we will get started right away. We had a little change, so our EDA series today is going to be the Otter Tail Lakes Country Association. So we will have her hop up. I got a newbie in the house, so we'll let her introduce herself. And
Perfect. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Otter Tail County, the most beautiful place in the world. My husband got me to move here by telling me it was God's country. Tasha, you gotta move to God's country. And you know what? I would never move back to the Twin Cities now. I've experienced it. I'm here. I'm invested. I'm from Fergus Falls, and I just joined the team of Otter Tail Lakes Country. As brand ambassador, our team is growing. We are working so hard to put Otter Tail County on the map. The more people that choose Otter Tail County as a destination might just also choose to move here, might just start a business here, be a part of your succession plan of your business, increase our workforce, and increase our tax base. So we believe that we can put Otter Tail County on the map by getting more partners to partner with Otter Tail Lakes Country, and also by working really hard to get more people here in general. So tourism is not just about leisure, it's about livelihood. Let's get heads in beds at all of our resorts and hotels. Let's have our shops bustling, our restaurants busy with waiting lines. Let's really make the most of our economy. So the brain gain and the brain drain are two things that the county is studying in depth. In about 2016, they were realizing that there was more of a brain drain happening from Lakes Country, that graduates were moving away, going to college, and maybe not always choosing to relocate back. The numbers were dwindling. So in 2016, the county said, okay, what is our engine that we are going to use for resident recruitment? Well, over here is Otter Tail Lakes Country Association, been around for 40, 50 years. A bunch of resort owners in the 70s were kind of tired of using their own personal marketing dollars to market their resort, and they said, what if we pooled all of our marketing dollars and marketed the region, and then maybe we could have more power. So then slowly some boutiques and some restaurants started to join Otter Tail Lakes Country Association. And so in 2016, when the county was trying to figure out resident recruitment, they said, well, we've got this engine, Otter Tail Lakes Country. Let's just power up this engine tenfold. Let's put more people behind it, some more resources behind it. And what if we could get any old business, any corporation, organizations to join as partners, and then we really start promoting Otter Tail County on a big scale. And that's exactly what they did. So we've been working for over 10 years in a really bigger way to put Otter Tail County on the map. And that's when you started to see the Find Your Inner Otter campaign in about 2016, 2017. We have the best mascot around. I mean, it's playful, it's adventurous. So when you say find your inner otter, we're telling people, you come here, you be playful, you be adventurous in God's country. This in Lakes Country. We've got the sugar sand beaches. This is where you want to be. And the more people that vacation here, well then they're going to want to move here. So Otter Tail Lakes Country is a partnership. We have partners, many of whom are in this room. KLN, Arvig, Purim Health, so many different resorts and restaurants. You join the partnership, and then we promote, not only you, we promote the region. And then we all benefit. So with this mission of a rising tide lifts all boats, we are seeing optometrists, chiropractors, CPAs, you name it, joining this mission. Yeah, sure, yeah, you can promote me, but really, I want to be a partner because I want to see Otter Tail County thrive. And that's what we're seeing more than ever right now. So it's that increased tourism that leads to the benefit of our local economy, obviously, and then that halo effect it's known as. The halo effect is, well, if they visit here, they might just fall in love with it. They might just return as an investor, a resident, or a business owner. We went to the Explore Minnesota Tourism Conference in about January, and this was the quote we took away from it. Tourism is the second lane of economic development. It really is. If you get people here, it bolsters our economy, it bolsters our workforce, and it's a really, really positive effect. So when we talk about the power of team, this is our team. We are working so hard to power and support Otter Tail County tourism. We've got Marie with the magazine and marketing. I'm doing a lot of mascot work, not personally, I'm not in the mascot suit, but organizing the mascot to get it out and about. Meeting and greeting, recruitment of our partners, and the ambassador role. Then we have someone, Chris, who is just doing website and SEO, making sure that we're showing up in that arena. Sydney's doing events. Our events calendar on our website is very robust, if you have not looked at that yet. Our social and our Instagram stories. Sarah works for the county, but we pull her over to our side every now and again for community development and the live work aspect and our jobs portal on our website, which is absolutely incredible, pulls all of our county jobs. And then Eric Osberg is our integrator. We call him our content creation machine. So most of what you see from a social media standpoint is Eric. So we are most known for this, our magazine. And people say, oh yeah, Otter Tail Lakes Country, you guys do the magazine. That's one of the things we do, but yes. And we knock it out of the park. It's one of the most beautiful destination marketing magazines we believe around. We feel that it's a very different publication than a lot of what you see. We put a lot of effort into that, and we highlight a lot of our cities in that magazine. So our social media reach, we talked about the content creation machine. We have over 41,000. I actually just looked yesterday. We're over 42,000 for our social media reach across all of our platforms, because we want to be where people's attention is. Where's their attention? Well, it's there, in their hand, right, on their device. And so we are seeing that grow. I just watched yesterday our social media, our Facebook tick from 32,000 to 33,000. So if you don't follow us on social media, and especially Facebook and Instagram yet, you should be. And we just entered the world of TikTok. So we'll be popping out some fun tourism reels. A lot of people plan their vacations on TikTok, we figured out. So really cool to be in that arena as well. Our output, we have so far this year over 1,000 organic social media posts. We have our blogs and press releases over 30, and again, that events section on our website, over 500 events posted on there that's going on in Otter Tail County. Just incredible, all that's going on, and we really try to stay on top of it. And then we are tracking awareness. Did they see it? Did they like it? Did they comment? We are on pace to do over 22 million social media impressions this year. So that's where we are about right now. We're at over 9 million Google impressions, and then our newsletter as well. But we're on pace to do over 22 million. We're very excited. And then we post things like this all the time on our social media. What are the events going on this week? Highlighting our partners in particular and the things that they have going on, making sure that people are aware of all the amazing things. Our jobs portal, like I said, it scrubs the internet for all of the jobs that are available in Otter Tail County. I have a friend in Fargo Moorhead who's like, I want to move to Lakes Country. I check that Otter Tail County job portal every day. So that is where we pull a lot of what's going on, a lot of the jobs in the area. And then we highlight them on our social media as well. So if you're a partner, if you have job openings, call us up. We're really trying to fill this. We're there, and we're highlighting that for you with our audience of over 40,000 on social media. We also have a partnership with the U of M Athletics, seeing that awesome logo in so many arenas and fields at the U of M, and that partnership has led to some really exciting opportunities. This weekend, there is a former Gopher quarterback, Max Grosner, who is bringing up some undrafted Vikings, called up Eric Osberg. Can we go fishing in Otter Tail County? I'm going to bring some other undrafted Vikings. Eric's like, let me think about that real quick. Yes! It's awesome. Those are the partnerships that we're fueling. So we're on year 3 or 4 of that U of M partnership, and now we're seeing it pay off in really incredible ways. So super cool how we're changing the rural narrative with some of those big athletic personalities and their journeys and where they lead. invite university students up to Lakes Country and say, hey, do you want to fish for the weekend? How can we show you around to some of our amazing corporations and organizations around town? Let's visit Perham Health, let's visit KLN. You can see what life looks like in Otter Tail County. Again, just changing that rural narrative one person at a time. And our mascot is getting out and about. That county pride is such a huge part of making sure that a child believes that where they grow up is the best place in the world, and then that having those memories foster their ability to think about moving back here when they're a little older. And then we're doing some data-driven decision making too. We're offering our city collaboratives the opportunity to participate with a $25,000 software that the county has invested in called Placer AI. And when you talk about Placer AI to some individuals, they really nerd out. And they're like, what, you guys, Placer AI? You can track where our visitors are coming from? Yes. We're gonna be allowing Perham as a city collaborative to have 4 reports a year, and even on specific dates that they want, like, hey, can you pull up a report on Placer and show us on Turtle Fest in particular, where people came from, how many days they stayed, where they went in town when they came. Oh yeah, here you go guys, there. How can you inform your marketing with that information? Well, it's pretty incredible. So you think about all the things Otter Tail Lakes Country is doing. Yes, the magazine, sure, that's one of them, right? But we're doing a heck of a whole lot more. And we really want people to jump on the bandwagon and help put Otter Tail County on the map. So if your organization is not currently a partner, that's be an awesome thing to think about to help us. So there is a note card at your table, and if you want to enter a drawing for this sweet otter mug, you could put your name, number 1, 2, 3 on that note card. Put your name at number 1. Number 2, one new thing you learned about Otter Tail Lakes Country. And then number 3, are you interested in learning about a partnership? So I'll be collecting the note cards, and I'll draw a winner and hand that out. Questions while you're filling out your note cards? Questions about Otter Tail Lakes Country? Did I get note cards to everybody? Are they on my chair? Oh, thank you. Oh, here they are. I put them up here.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
All right, so fill that out. 1, 2, 3, your name. One new thing that you learned about Otter Tail Lakes Country.
Tasha, like you said,
Yes.
as you mentioned,
Give me that passport.
Dale is a partner with Otter Tail Country Association. And just a couple of things I saw on social media last night. You said about the events, and we have an event tomorrow.
Yes.
And so Otter Tail Lakes Country has posted that event, so that's just another way to help us get the word out. And then I think it was 2 summers ago when Max Rosemer came to Otter Tail County as part of that U of M talent tourism. And he actually spent a day at Perham Health because he's interested in, when he's done with his football career, pursuing medicine. And so Otter Tail Lakes Country purposely brought him to Perham Health so he could talk to us and meet with us and tour our hospital, which is, to show what kind of facilities there are in greater Minnesota.
Right.
So and then the jobs and everything. So we've seen so many benefits from our affiliation with Otter Tail Lakes Country Association. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh,
because
thank you so
you
much.
do work hard to partner.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah, and it's about promoting you. It's about promoting the region. It's about trying to make sure that the niche that you're focusing on is getting attention, right? And we definitely want to make sure that everyone in Otter Tail County is thriving. And it's so exciting to go. Like, I feel like you're not in the Twin Cities, right? Like, but you're Twin Cities. You go to the suburbs, and here it's like you could get holed into like what are the restaurants in Fergus. But like last week we were at Beach Bums. We're driving 20 minutes. You drive 30 minutes in the cities to get to a restaurant, right? Like, we should be viewing Otter Tail County as our playground. Like, yeah, just bop over 30 minutes here, and at least we're not sitting in traffic, right? Like, it's a straight drive. It's gorgeous. It's like scenic drive. So we're so lucky to be in this area, I truly think. Other questions? grabbed your copy yet. And then I'll come around and grab those, and maybe at the end I'll draw them,
Perfect.
okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much. All right, next up, New York Mills Regional Culture Center. She's got a clicker. I'm gonna have to steal the clicker from Tasha. There you go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Betsy Roeder. I'm the Executive Director of the New York Mills Regional Cultural Center. And I've been here, on and off over the last couple of years and tried to give updates, but wanted to just come today and share a little bit more about the Cultural Center because I always hear like, gosh, I didn't even know you guys were over there in New York Mills. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of a history about where we've been, where we're going, and what we offer for the region. So just a little bit about me. I am a rural rebounder. So I grew up in New York Mills, left for college, lived in Minneapolis for about 10 years, and then came back to New York Mills in 2011 and started working at the Cultural Center at that time. So I have 4 kids here with my family in God's country and really just loving this life of the rural rebounder. So a little history of the New York Mills Regional Cultural Center. So John Davis was our founder. He went from New York Mills on to Lanesboro. He's now up in Warren Road starting an art center. So he's kind of been around the state of Minnesota doing this rural arts thing for a long time. So we were founded in 1990 as the New York Mills Arts Retreat. So the original vision of John Davis was an artist residency program in rural Minnesota. He moved to New York Mills. He was an MCAD grad. He started painting houses to make money to pay his bills. And what he realized is that he would be painting someone's house and they would invite him in for lunch and they would talk. And he learned that they were really interested in art and philosophy and like talking about big ideas. And they were seeking more in our rural area than what we currently had to offer. So in 1991, he realized that the Carvin Furniture Store was empty. Carvin's moved to Perham, and so he approached the family about potentially donating the building, which they decided to do. And he also approached the city of New York Mills and said, instead of tearing down that building and trying to figure out what to do with it, how about you give it to me? I'll turn it into an art center. Oh, and by the way, can you give us some funds to get it going too? And the city did invest $35,000 at that time, which was, if you look at a per capita basis, it's like over $1 million in terms of a larger city like Minneapolis investment. So it really was significant at that time. So that's when we really became the New York Mills Regional Cultural Center, and we expanded from that residency program to be very multidisciplinary. So we now offer a lot of different programs. And the really notable thing that John has spent his career talking about is that arts is an economic development tool. So within the first 5 years of the Cultural Center opening in New York Mills, we had 40% job growth and 17 new businesses open. So we really had, we were like a farm boom town, and then we kind of busted when Highway 10 went outside of New York Mills, and this was really what brought back that economic development in New York Mills. So generous donations, lots of volunteer labor. We basically tore the building down to the studs and rebuilt it to what it is today. So we now are really well known for the Great American Think Off, which is this weekend. So I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about that at the end of the presentation. We really had some recognition early on. So we were included in this Funky Towns USA book. We're considered a national model for creative placemaking. And we were also named in President Obama's 2011 appropriations request to Congress when the Our Town program was being created. New York Mills was listed as the example of a successful rural town that used the arts to really drive economic development. So we're really proud of those things. So creative placemaking is just about embracing where you are, embracing your assets and your space, and really running with those. And that was a new idea back in the early 90s. So that's something we really leaned into, and a lot of people are doing that now. It's a lot of what Tasha's talking about. You're actually going to hear a lot of repeating themes from what Tasha talked about and what I'm talking about here. So this is the specific quote from the appropriations request. So it was one of those, don't take my word for it, just look at New York Mills. And he talks about that 40% job growth, and that really has become kind of like legend among rural arts centers in the nation. So we're really proud of that. And Our Town, by the way, did get funded. It's still going on. So this was in 2011, and it since has funded over 500 communities and $50 million across the U.S. So it's a really big program that has driven a lot of arts in rural areas in the United States. The other thing about that people don't always realize is the arts really does drive a lot of economy itself as well. So these are just some numbers from the Creative Minnesota report. There's an organization called Minnesota Citizens for the Arts, and they really dug into the numbers. still going on, and that's how we get a lot of our funding to support our programming. So this is back in 2017, so a long time ago now, but 38 million was invested into artists and arts organizations, and the annual return in terms of government revenue generated was 2.3 million for our region, state of Minnesota 222 million, so that's at 484% ROI, so pretty impressive. Okay, it's enough of numbers, sorry. I get a little excited. So here, you'll see that 5-year inner otter. So I've been on the board of Otter Tail Lakes Country Association since 2017, actually, when they were making that change. So I am a total believer in this idea of a rising tide lifts all boats. And we are the New York Mills Regional Cultural Center. So we have always been really invested in the region and how we just make this a better place for all of us to live, work, and visit. So you'll see some things there that we've been working on as an organization that we're partnering on. Within New York Mills, we've done some grassroots visioning work with the community that continues. And then also I want to share about the Sketches of Minnesota, which will share more information. But actually, you guys forwarded me the email about applying for Sketches of Minnesota, which is this really fun program that Minnesota Humanities Center is putting on, along with Danger Boat Productions, which is an improv company. And so on Monday, October 27th, put it on your calendar, you're going to get a delicious meal at Thumper Pond, and we are going to get together and talk about why we love living in Otter Tail County, or maybe some of the funny things or the challenging things. And this improv company is going to listen to what we're saying, and then they're going to turn around and do a sketch at the end of the night, basically, so we can celebrate ourselves and laugh at ourselves. So that's going to be a really fun night. They've done it for 2 years now. They go to different communities across the state of Minnesota, and then they do a finale too, where they combine all of the communities they've been in, and I don't know when and where that's going to be, but that's going to be a really fun thing. And we actually ended up applying on behalf of Otter Tail County because we just feel like that's a different thing about our region, is that we all do partner so much. So Firm Chamber is a partner, Otter Tail Lakes Country Association is a partner, we're working with various organizations. Elevate is a partner, and we have a planning meeting coming up. It's going to just be a fun night for everybody to come together. So that's just an example of something you may not expect an arts organization necessarily to do, but we are involved in a lot of different things. Okay, so today we are very multidisciplinary. We do a lot of different things. Park on the edge of town. You've all probably seen this tractor sculpture. We now have a big red barn there as well, and that's a partnership with the City of New York Mills. This is one of our hidden gems. We have a gift store, so we have over 60 artists that we can sign work for, so really unique, one-of-a-kind gifts. And then we also do like locally made honey, maple syrup, and as well as a variety of Scandinavian treats, because of course we're very Finnish in New York Mills, and a lot of different heritage that has been part of New York Mills for a long time. We also are a hub for community connections, so we have a fiber arts group that meets every Thursday from 3 to 5, which is free. Come on over, hang out, learn about knitting and crocheting. Someday I'm going to do that. I haven't done it yet. We have ballet, we have art for lunch every month. That's actually happening this Thursday. So lots of different opportunities for the community. And then we have a variety of annual festivals and events. So the Great American Bake-Off is this weekend. Fish House Festival, July 11th. We do the Colorado Puppet Pageant, always on the third Friday in August. So that's August 15th and 16th. We do 2 performances. We did perform in Purim a couple times, but it just hasn't worked out in terms of dates. And now the Finn Creek Festival is that same weekend. And because it's a Finnish folk story, we have been performing at Finn Creek Festival as well. So that's been a good fit in terms of that. We also have the Longest Night Music Festival every year on December 21st. And if you haven't been to that, put that on your calendar. It's super fun. It's a community celebration. So we have a bunch of different local musicians play for like 15 minutes each. It's just a big party. It's free. It's really fun. Great American Bake-Off, of course, is coming up this weekend, and so I'll just talk a little bit about this. This has been going on since 1993. We ask a big question every year and invite people to write essays. So this is this year's question: is there only one truth, or are there many truths? So we try to choose questions that are both philosophical in nature and like timely with what's going on in the world today, just to get people engaged. So this should be a really interesting debate. Essays are always due by April 1st. We have a committee that reads all the essays and chooses the top 2 on each side. All of the personal information is redacted, so we don't know who wrote them. We're just judging the content of the essays. We invite those 4 people to New York Mills for a live debate, and that always happens on the 2nd Saturday in June. So that is this Saturday, 7 p.m. We host this at the school auditorium because we quickly outgrew our space in the cultural center. School auditorium seats 500 people, so it's comfortable. It's great. We have had I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but this year we have 2 Minnesota. Oh my gosh, I don't have all this memorized yet. North Carolina, 2 from Minnesota, and I don't remember where the last one is. Sorry, you guys. It's been a rough month. But really excited about the Great American Bake-Off happening this weekend. Over the years, we have had essays from all 50 states and over 30 international countries, which is pretty remarkable. I don't know how they hear about it. It's like Google is usually their answer. So I think just when something's been going on for 32 years, the word gets out there. So it's pretty incredible, all the places that we hear from. So in 2022, we celebrated 30 years on Main Avenue in New York Mills. In 2023, we celebrated 30 years of the Great American Bake-Off. And in 2024, this is kind of like a little sneak peek. We're not talking about this really broadly yet, but we are starting to dream about expanding and growing and also just reinvesting in our space. So we are in the oldest building in New York Mills. It was built in 1885, so I mentioned it was Carpet and Furniture Store. Before that, it was a general store. It's a beautiful old brick building, and it needs some love. So we are planning some renovation costs to replace the front of the building, to work on that brick, and then we also want to grow in the back. So you're seeing some renderings from Widseth that shows this would be the addition on the back that we're hoping to put in, and we want to also put in an elevator so the building would be fully accessible. Big dreams, lots of exciting things happen. We actually have made some great progress in terms of grants. We're not publicly announcing stuff yet. We've heard these rules about, try to get halfway to your goal before you start going big. So this is a little sneak peek for today. But it's fun to show the pictures. So the back addition would look really intentionally different. We are hoping to be able to put in a coffee drive-thru, so that's what you're seeing in the back. Is there glasses and coffee shops? So, hey, art and coffee, what more do you need in life, right? Okay, so this year we're continuing to just cultivate the arts and community in new and innovative ways. So please join us. Get involved. Here's some ideas. We talked about all the things going on. We're always looking for volunteers. We just invite you to come in. I had someone ask, you have members, so do you have to be a member to come? No, that is like, I'm trying to dispel that. Membership support is really just to support our work financially, but we are absolutely open to everybody. So please come visit us. So that's it. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me?
are here today. They're very, very busy. Comes from out of town, but make sure they're one of our newest members. They replace Service Food here in Perham, and they do have an app for their store, so make sure you download that. Coupons and more and stuff like that, so we wanted to make sure we shared. And then Elite Spaces for You, they are also another new member, and she just wanted us to share, she has 1 hour sessions that she does to help you organize, and she talks you kind of through different things, like if you're stuck in your life and how to get through it and all that kind of stuff. So that is another new member, Elite Spaces for You. And then next up we have Crosspoint. If you guys want to come share.
Thank you. Well, my name is Michael Bachman. I'm the lead pastor at Crosspoint Alliance. We've been around for a while, but we just now joined the chamber. And this is...
I'm Kay Morris, the youth pastor.
And I've been here for 8 years, and I love being a part of just the Perham area, and I love our church family. Our mission is to pointing people of all backgrounds toward a relationship with Jesus Christ. And kind of behind that is that we recognize we live in a culture, especially among younger generation, where there's so much anxiety, isolation, so many different issues, and we really believe that the greatest answer to those problems is a relationship with Jesus. And we try to aim all of our ministries in that area. One thing is just to create a safe place for people to ask spiritual questions and encounter God. We also, Jesus told us to love one another, so there's a number of ways we're trying to do that. We have a ministry that meets on the second Tuesday every month called Baby Bin, that we give out diapers, we give out baby clothes, we give out baby formula. And I've been amazed at the number of needs that we have in our community. We go through diapers so quickly, and it just gives us a chance to love the people that come in. We do things such as the last few years we picked up trash following the parade, and we'll be doing that again next week. One area that we put a lot of resources into is our youth ministry. Kay, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I just have been there over 20 years, and I have awesome privilege of working with the youth, and it's just a place where we come together and just try to grow towards Jesus and love each other. And we do international, domestic, and our conferences every year, just trying to teach the kids to go in community and love and support. So I love it.
It's a pretty cool group. I get to work with the 4th and 5th graders, and then we just have all kind of groups for kids, for adults, men's and women's. And as I said, it's a joy to be there. We get to use our building for a number of things. The Elevate recently used it for their memory choir. This is their choir concert a few weeks ago. And just lastly, we're excited what God's been doing. If you have any questions about what's going on, different things we're trying to do in the community, feel free to ask myself or Kay.
Jacket.
Oh,
Beautiful. And shirt. Wow.
Not planned.
Shoes, everything.
Our wardrobe is limited.
So we're here just to briefly talk about the home tour that's coming up this fall. Does everyone remember the home tour like 5 years ago? Was probably the last time that it was around. Kind of took a break over COVID, and then 549 graciously let us take it over because they didn't want to do the work. So we were excited to do the work and bring it back to town. So the home tour is going to be on Saturday, October 11th, and Elevate is heading it this year and taking it over. We have 7 homes that we're going to be featuring throughout the lakes area. And the biggest, I don't know that it's a change, but emphasis is going to be that we want to make sure we're featuring homes for all stages of life, because Elevate is, meant to age well. So that's kind of our purpose. So we have big homes on like Civil Lake, down to smaller patio homes like Patsy Hoper's house over in what that area you call it? Clearwater. Okay, yeah, that area. In town, patio homes for retirees, up to those huge lake homes for big families or whatever it may be. So, yeah, we just want to have a range of homes to feature, and we're looking for sponsorship.
Stevie doesn't want to ask for money.
No. I just go to relax. Yeah. Elevate is a grant-funded program, so every dollar for us counts. So we're really, really thankful to have this as our annual fundraiser for continuing our program. So we're really excited to have the opportunity to do this. 2019 was the last time that the home tour happened, and I think there were around 500 or so tickets sold. So if you are a business or organization that may be interested in sponsoring the event, kind of gives you an idea of the size of the audience that you would be in front of, and then it would be on print, social media, on our website. You have the opportunity, depending on the level of sponsorship that you may take, to have a presence in one of the homes on the tour. So just kind of an idea of what that looks like. The second page in the handout kind of shows you the breakdown of what you get for each sponsorship level. Yeah, this is a big one for us. We're really excited. Email went out yesterday to the chamber email groups, so thanks to you guys for sending that out for us. So you probably have the information in your email inbox. You've probably seen it on our social media. Tickets for the event will go on sale somewhere mid-August. So go ahead and look for those as well, and come and join us and take a look at the beautiful homes on the tour this year. And yeah, we're really excited to have it back. It feels like such a Otter Tail County good perm event, and it's really look forward to it every year. So excited to have it. Contact information is in here, so if you have any questions or if there's anything else that we can answer for questions or anything else like that, please go ahead and let us know. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for the opportunity, and we'd love to partner with you.
All right, Lisa. Gonna come share about Relay for Life? Yeah.
So, a lot of you see me every year at this time, so I will probably hear some of the same messages, but I appreciate the opportunity to speak to. We're really excited about this year's relay. It's our 30th relay here in it was East Otter Tail County, and West Otter Tail dropped out a few years ago, so we are the Relay for Life of Otter Tail County. And as you probably see on my shirt, it's 40 years of Relay for Life nationally. So we started about 10 years after the national organization got going, but the very first relay was one man running the track for 12 hours in Tacoma, Washington. And after that experience, it became a team event. So, and he was an oncologist. So I think all of us have had cancer experiences. We know somebody that has dealt with cancer or is dealing with cancer, and so it's something we connect to. This little side note, I was doing an interview with my parents the other day for the newspaper because they were the founders of this relay, and my dad threw out a fact, and because both my parents have dementia, I had a fact check. And he indeed was right. Minnesota is the only state where the #1 cause of death is cancer. In every other state, it's heart disease. But in Minnesota, #1 is cancer. So sad, but that gives us a little more fuel for the fire. So it's a cause that's dear to many of us. And we have a banner at Relay for Life that says it's about a community that takes up the fight. And truly, Relay for Life is a community event. It's a community, and this community and surrounding communities have embraced Relay and have been so supportive. And we're so appreciative of that. Our desire every year is to get lots of people out there to experience Relay, and we always wish for more. So my first ask of you, of course, is please come out to the Relay on Friday, July 11th. And again, we're very excited about 30 years. We're going to celebrate our 30-year history. We're going to celebrate people that have been important in those 30 years, honorary co-chairs, event leadership teams, team captains, etc. So some are still working with the Relay and doing what they've done for 30 years, and some people have not, but we want to invite them back and and honor them. So we are excited about this year for several reasons. Besides that it's our 30th year, we also, this year is the first time time we've set a goal of $200,000. We always set our goal rather hesitantly because it seems like kind of scary. But last year was the first year we went over $200,000. And so we can't go backwards. And so as I said, the community's been so generous and embraced it. And so that's our goal, so we're excited to push toward that. And then we are trying a new location and some new things. So we probably got that?
Mhm.
Okay. So the location is new. We're going to be at the fairgrounds this year. That's by necessity because the track is being renovated or refurbished or what ripped up and fixed up, and so we cannot use the track. And so we're embracing this chance to do some new things, try out a new location, and we're excited about how it's going to work. We are going to try a classic car show out at the relay, hoping to bring some more people out there to experience the car show and then see what we got going on. Likewise, we're going to do bingo for the Lions, the community, Huron area community Lions are going to handle that for us. And so we hope to get some bingo players out there that may have never come to relay. Let's see, what else did I say? Oh, we're going to try some food trucks. Some of our teams felt that trying to have a food stand, so to speak, out there and hustle to get that ready and then try to be part of the opening lap and just all those things. They feel like they've never really gotten to experience the relay and be out there with other people. So our teams are backing off a little bit on food, and then we're going to get some food trucks out there for sure. We have 2 confirmed already. Some of our teams are going to continue to do what they've done. So Honers will have pizza on the grill, which is delicious. Fry bread, we'll have fry bread from God Hope, and the shakes and smoothies, which I hear are the best around. So that's my old class of 80 team that's doing that. But so we have that. We're going to have a reception for former honorary co-chairs, former team captains, and current, and former leadership teams, and then some celebratory laps that'll be folded into what our usual laps are. So our survivors this year, our honorary co-chairs are all survivors. We just decided let's make everybody honorary, and so we will, when we do our survivors lap, the first part of our survivors lap will be our former honorary co-chairs, which used to come and walk in that lap. We are realizing that we've lost some of our honorary co-chairs over the years, and family members are going to want them represented somehow. So we are inviting those family members that if they want to carry the portrait of their honorary co-chair that is not with us, they can do that in that chunk too. And then after that will be all our other current survivors, and so that's that lap, and then we're going to have a lap prior to when the teams walk. That'll be the former and current team captains probably. So just to give those people a little extra notice. One of the things that I want to mention, because I'm very excited about it, our survivors dinner is always the night before relay, so Thursday, July 10th out at Lakeside. We have our survivors dinner. It is open to the public. People can attend. Survivors get their meal free. Anybody else that comes and wants to eat can pay. I believe we charge $15 for them to eat. Our speaker this year is my favorite speaker of all the years we've had the survivors dinner, and I was so excited. I thought I had to give him a big sales pitch, and he said yes right away. Donnie Braun, who's from this community and was a honorary co-chair. I didn't realize it till he sent me his bio. He's a 3-time cancer survivor, and he's going to be awesome. So it'd be great for people to come out, and certainly just you can do that. Just let us know about that. So, then I just want to tell you, just a reminder of how you can get involved. So again, please come out to the relay. It's free. You can wander out whenever you want. You can leave whenever you want. Do what you like to do and skip what you don't. We continue to be out there all night. This year we're going to use little lights instead of candles because that's kind of the way most relays are going. And so we don't have that danger of fire all night, which is why we had to stay out all night. Didn't have to, but somebody had to, and that would have been me, and I don't want to do that all alone. So I always initiated when we did the all-night Hope Club. Well, the people that stay like it so much, they want to continue to do it. And so we will be there all night, so if you can't sleep in the middle of the night, come out, wander around, and enjoy. It's beautiful when the luminaries are lit during the night. So anytime, or if you want to come wandering out at 6:15 in the morning to help clean up luminaries, you could do that. But please come out and check out the relay, and it's a great way to see people that you don't always see. And it's again community. So you can also participate in Paint the Town Purple. So that'll be the week of relays, July 7th through 11th. You can decorate your business, you can decorate your home. Any purple you can scrounge up yourself, or we have kits that will be available through the chamber. So, and it's a lot of fun to see the whole town purple. And I think a lot of you have seen it. It's amazing. It kind of takes your breath away when you see all those big flags flying. So it's not too late to form a team or join a team. So see me about that. Emily Paulson is our team coordinator, so you can talk to her. And it's really not a lot of work, and we'd love to have more teams, and it's a great way to unify the group that you're with. You can donate to fundraisers, lots of team fundraisers going on all the time. I've been hearing about things at the hospital. They had a movie last Friday, and just very creative ideas coming out of there. But our teams do fundraisers, and that helps them out if you want to. We have cash raffle tickets you can purchase. You can see team members. I have some with me today if you want. Purchase luminaries. At any time, if you have questions or you can't find what you need, if you want to get raffle tickets or you want to get luminaries and you don't know anyone selling them, I'm kind of the go-to for relays. So give me a call or whatever. If you wanted to donate something for the silent auction, you could do so. We're still looking for sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor, again, see me. So that's kind of what I have. I'll be around. So if you want to hit me up for some cash raffle tickets or luminaries or ask me questions, I'd be very willing to answer your questions or help you out, and love to see you get involved. So, thank you.
Leah won't stand up.
So Turtle Fest, as usual, is kicking off with the races on Wednesday. We're doing races on Wednesday and Friday that week. As we do every year, Friday we're doing free goodie bags for the first 200 kids, which is sponsored by the events committee. Medallion hunt is on again. The first clue will be posted at noon on Wednesday, and then until it's found, we'll keep posting. Dave announces them on the Lakes 99.5. We post them on social and then on our front door as well. If we're a little late, don't yell at us because we're very busy that week, especially on Friday and Saturday. The parade is, Tyler is crushing it. He's had this thing set for performers since like the beginning of April. So he's added, we've got 4 marching band, pep bands. The Grand Marshal is going to be the Perm Chipettes, or the few of the ladies that were a part of that back in the day on their scooters. They have one scooter, I believe, but nobody's going to be riding it. It'll be on a trailer. And then they're recruiting some kiddo chipettes, if you have any kids that would want to pass out candy and stuff like that, and wear a cute little shirt. Get in touch with, she owns Science Plus and Year Girls, Vicki Olson, I believe her name is. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on. Just the Perm Fire Department has 10 units entered. And then we always get like Henning and Frazee and Mills, and they come from all over.
We have lots of new businesses this year too that signed up, so that was great to see.
Yep, so it's due to be just as good, if not better than last year. So we're doing the same route as last year. It'll go along 3rd Street Southwest. That worked out pretty well, just the 2 turns for people. Street fair is insane. We are almost to the point where we'll have to close vendor applications. We've got over 65 vendors, all 3 blocks, so Chamber to the post office. Pony rides, big bounce houses, jumbo trampolines, live music under the tent. You can see kind of we have a tent on Main that's hosting a few different things. Explore Elevate, and then the kids art activity by the Cultural Center in the library on Friday, and then we've got the Brew Beer Garden and music and bingo all day on Saturday. Like lots of unique food trucks, vendors, different things. Yeah, that's all I've got.
And then at night,
Saturday night, or all day Saturday really, Silver Moon is hosting. They got bags tournament, sand volleyball, a lot of stuff. It's a
They have
whole,
like a list.
yeah, they've sent us like their own flyer this year.
crazy. Yeah. I love it.
And then they have the music all day, food trucks, and then their headliner is Ashley Wineland at 8 for the street dance.
And then ends on Sunday, Rotary breakfast. Anything else on Sunday? That's the end of it. So.
If you have anything you want to add, do it on Sunday.
Yes. There's a pickleball tournament going on, basketball
Wednesday.
tournament,
I
lots of different things. So check out there's flyers around town, or check out the website of course. But
Continuously adding, I think we add an event every single day
it's pretty cool.
to the website.
Lots of people
so.
come to town. So
Yeah, firm.com/turtlefest.
and then city, got anything for us?
Good? All right, so our monthly construction updates. There is none. There is none on Main Street this year, that's good. So Main Street, we just have a few wrap-up things to do there. You probably saw yesterday people out working, freshening up all of the nodes, the grasses, all that fun stuff, so it's looking good for Turtle Fest. There is still some electrical work that they need to do. The lights, stoplights, we'll be working on the timing of that. I know that's kind of been a pain for some people. So just a few minor things that really shouldn't impact people's lives too much. Probably the biggest thing is 2nd Avenue right out here, and then our parking lot behind City Hall. We did find out yesterday they're waiting until mid-July, so we won't be impacting turtle races as much, especially during the prime time, Turtle Fest and the 4th of July. So we will have some construction out here directly behind City Hall, where City Hall may not be accessible for a few days during that, but we'll let you know once we know that schedule. I think that's really the only construction. You probably saw last week, 3rd Avenue, or your main thoroughfare from downtown to Highway 10, was being patched. So the county is patching that, hopefully keeping it together for another year. The county will be bidding that out either this fall or early spring to be basically reclaimed. So they'll be doing a mill and overlay with that, and then hopefully we won't have the issues that we've had consistently every year with that. Cherry Lane, you've probably been seeing some work being done out by Clearwater, the Cherry Lane addition. Again, that's just a smaller subdivision of 8 homes. I think that's all the construction. I think that's it. Any questions? Seen anything fun? Nobody? Just challenge me a little bit. Make sure I work. Okay. Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any updates from anyone else?
I would like to invite everybody out to the fairgrounds tomorrow. Herb Health and Stanford are celebrating 40 years of partnership. And so from 4 to 7 at the fairgrounds, we are having a summer picnic. The Cactus is catering. We have inflatables, face painting. The emergency services vehicles will be there, including Life Flight will be flying in with their helicopter, which is always an exciting and interesting thing.
Give it free rides.
We're not, you can ask them. And then also Otterton County SWAT is going to be there with its, I don't know what you call it, armored vehicle, and I don't think that's quite right, but that's a really super cool thing. Kids are gonna love that stuff, So please come out, again, it's 4 to 7 at the fairgrounds, and, just come enjoy yourself. We're happy to put on the event. I would encourage you to go to our website. We did post a blog last week about the relationship with Sanford, and I just think it's really interesting, the history there. It's a 40-year, as I had mentioned. It talks about the why, and it also just reiterates that we are a community-owned hospital, and we just have an affiliation with Sanford, which has just been great, not only for Sanford, for Perm Health, but more importantly for the community. So go to the blog and check that out. There's also information about the event on that one specific. So come have some fun on Perm Health and Sanford.
Yes, sir.
Among the other food options for the Turtle Fest that weekend, our church, St. Paul's, will have Idaho nachos, which are waffle fries, topped with your choice of beef or pulled pork, delicious. No idea what it costs, but it'll be worth it. And then also, Michael, tomorrow, Bible reading marathon, starting at 8 a.m. all day down across the park. Yeah, so our 6th annual. So just come anytime that works for you and participate, read God's word, be benefited. Hot dogs, stuff for
There's hot dogs.
Oh my, we're having hot dogs tomorrow night. It's a hot dog night today.
I can do my drawing too.
Sure. You go ahead and go first.
Do you want to choose the winner? All right, Andrew.
Oh, all right. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got your own little honor.
So, okay, I just one more, less than a minute. So I just looked up the finalists because it is interesting. So we have a college student from Troy, Michigan, a retired business problem solver from Clayton, North Carolina, a pastor from Eden Prairie, and a retired liberal arts instructor and lifelong creative from Miltona, Minnesota. So really interesting debate. And then I forgot to even talk about we'll do a kickoff events on Friday. So I just wanted really quick, we have a food truck, Long Time Soup Company. It's going to be in front of the Cultural Center Friday from 4 to 8. We have a historical walking tour of Weird Mills that Chris Shelby from Ottertail County Historical Society leads. He's retiring, so probably the last one he'll do. That's at 5 o'clock on Friday. It's free, thanks to a grant from the Lake Region Arts Council. And then we have a reception from 6 to 8 inside the Cultural Center where you can meet the kickoff finalists and also regional artists. So our art show in the gallery right now is our annual adult regional show. We do this show every year. It's one of our most popular. Any artist from the area can bring in up to 2 pieces. And the reception is really fun because most of the artists come and invite their friends and family. So that evening, 6 to 8 Friday, for you to attend a really fun night and maybe stop the same class again. So I forgot to talk about that. So please join us on
Lots of
Friday.
stuff. Love it. Don't forget parade to send off the kids today. Track is at noon and baseball's at 4. So you just step outside your businesses. I can't. What's the parade route they take? I know it goes down Main Street.
You just kind of know the
Main Street's the easiest,
Yes.
and like Goose Gang that way, right? Okay, so if you want to say hi to the kids. Anyone else? Oh, Joey Bartlett, you win the Purim Pizza Ranch 2 bake-at-home pizzas. Congratulations. There you go, you got dinner. Hot dogs. All right, we have 1 large pizza from Zorba's. Megan. Congrats. And Lakes Cafe, Pat Helmke. Yeah, go see your sister. Thank you. And last but not least, Lakeside
$199 gift card. This goes to Mindy Larson. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your week.
It's you and Sue, like everything.
Meeting tonight.
Yes.
Not gonna make it.
Me either.
Got way too much stuff going on.
Yeah, we're going to Park Rapids for baseball.
Not that one that's open. There's another box on the other side. Okay. That's for you. Someone said the area for you.
I have to learn how to do my new job at sign some checks.
Yeah, it didn't look like much on the agenda. I mean, it's
Maybe talk about the job stuff.
pickleball. I'm sure it'll come up. But
So I couldn't access the article.
oh, you can.
So they finally did it for like mine.
Could have been a felony, but with the amount of times he did it, they only charge it.
Well, he impersonated different, like, I don't know. At least maybe he'll stop